Hunter Biden just got the sweetheart deal of the century. I mean, Hunter agreed to plead guilty to 2 federal counts in connection with a Justice Department investigation into his personal taxes while avoiding persecution for a gun purchase if he meets certain pretrial conditions. So let's break this down. He was charged with 2 counts of willful failure to pay federal income tax and a separate firearm offense. In a statement announcing the sweetheart deal, the U.S. attorney said that if convicted, Hunter would face a maximum penalty of 12 months in prison on each of the tax charges and a maximum penalty of 10 years in prison on the firearm charges. Wow, that's a lot. So let's talk about the tax charges first. In both 2017 and 2018, according to the government, Hunter made more than $1.5 million annually. Despite owing more than $100,000 in federal income taxes each of those years, he didn't pay the income tax due for either year. According to a separate felony information document that was filed by prosecutors, they say that Biden knew that he was an unlawful user and addicted to a controlled substance, right? Because when he went and bought that Colt Cobra revolver in October 2018, he had to fill out a gun form that asked about his current drug use. So no prosecution there. And although the deal has to technically be officially signed off by a judge, they're all saying that Hunter's not expected to face federal prison in connection with any of this because he has pled guilty to the tax charges and enter what they call a pretrial diversion program on the gun charge, whatever that means. It is my understanding that the 5-year investigation into Hunter Biden is resolved, said Chris Clark, one of Hunter's attorneys. Well, that's interesting. He goes on to say that Hunter will take responsibility for 2 instances of failure to file tax payments when due, and a firearm charge which will be subject to pretrial diversion agreement and will not be the subject of a plea agreement will also be filed by the government. I know Hunter believes it is important to take responsibility for these mistakes he made during a period of turmoil and addiction in his life. He looks forward to his continuing recovery and moving forward. Oh, again, interesting how justice works for some. I mean, he says he took responsibility. How did he take responsibility? I'm not really sure. Because he lied, he didn't pay his taxes, he obfuscated, and then he had his dad, the leader of the free world, lie that he had done nothing wrong. In a statement on Tuesday, the White House spokesman Ian Sams addressed the latest legal troubles and said the president and first lady love their son and support him as he continues to rebuild his life. We will have no further comment. Well, you did comment. That's the problem. You said that he had done nothing wrong. So you do need to address this, Mr. President. Why were you misled, or did you lie? Because only one of those 2 can be true. He didn't pay taxes on these shady foreign deals, and he lied on a federal form to get a gun. I'm not a lawyer, so let's put that aside for a minute. Beyond the punishment, what the government has agreed to, I want to focus for a second on the politics. Let's take the first issue, shall we? The failure to pay taxes on these shady overseas deals where he's getting paid ridiculous sums of money for work that he clearly isn't qualified for and basically just influencing peddling. I mean, isn't the main complaint from the progressive lefts that lead the Democrats that the rich should pay their fair share, right? We need more taxes. Well, here's Exhibit A. Where's your outrage? This guy didn't pay more than $100,000 for 2 years on $1.5 million in income each of those years. And nothing. Silence. Zilch. From anybody in the left, not just Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and the rest of the squad. I'm talking anybody, elected or un. Where's the concern that the rich are not paying their fair share? And then with respect to the gun charge, after every horrific tragedy involving people who've been shot and lost their life, Democrats and their friends in the media clamor for stricter background checks, for more gun control. They want to keep guns out of the hands of people who don't deserve them, they say. Well, here it is, Exhibit B. This is him lying on a form, on a background check. Isn't this what you want? And nothing. Again, 100% silence from everybody on the left. The gun groups, the leaders of the movement, the elected officials, every last one of them. So the next time, God forbid, we have a tragedy, remember this silence. The president's son lied on a background check. He was a drug user, unable to get or possess a weapon. He lied. And this gun, by the way, made its way into a garbage can just feet from a school. Nothing from the left. This is what we're up against, this level of hypocrisy over and over again. So despite the lack of punishment, despite the hypocrisy, this is what we got to continue to fight. Well, if you enjoyed this video, click the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell to make sure that you never miss another video.